it says we're live. So we have a rather unusual project. This is probably one of the weirdest things I've worked on in a while at least. This is a coin-operated storage box. Huh. Hang on, give me... no, never mind. And these have a rather peculiar issue. There are tons of these in use all over Europe, as far as I've understood. Locally they're installed on some ferries where on board you can go shopping, then you can use one of these to store whatever you have, so you can go to the bars and get stupidly drunk and then forget about it later. And these get a weird issue where most of them just like the way they work is you put some money into that hole over there, and they count down the money, and once the money has counted down you can open them again. But some of them won't count down to 0, they stop at 1 cent, so the box can never be opened. Supposedly I've never seen this in action, I've never tried these. The project got handed to me by another guy who just didn't have time to do it. And yeah, we're best going to just try and hook this up, see what it does. I have a shit ton of stuff. I know almost nothing about any of this. We have like heaps and heaps of main boards. What's this, like almost 10 in total. We also have a whole bunch of battery-backed RAM chips, like reminiscent of the Dallas clock chip you find in old computers. Some of them have been replaced on the board, some of them probably haven't. You can see it right there, the big fat chippy. So this contains a coin cell that can't be replaced, you have to swap the entire chip out. Yeah, I have no idea what's wrong with this. We're gonna have to try and troubleshoot it. We also have a big fat processor, which probably, you know what, we actually have a separate ROM chip here, so we can probably get software out of this if we really want to. The sticker and texture suggest this is a window ROM, so I should have the gear to clone these if necessary. If we have something like a particular bit tends to go bad in them or something, these window ROMs tend to be incredibly resilient though, so that seems a bit far-fetched. I'm leaning more towards something silly like a bad capacitor or something, just general wear and tear. All of these seem to date from the year 2000. They're all dated 2000. I haven't checked the actual dates. I'm not sure if that's the date of the build on the software or if that's the date they programmed it. Probably not too far apart on them anyway. And yeah, the boards of themselves are rather simple construction wise. We have a big fat processor, ROM, the RAM thing. I'm not sure what they'd use the RAM thing for. It's probably to make sure that the power outage doesn't affect your storage, so that if the power goes out of the box it doesn't open up and let people steal your stuff. We have a bunch of small transistors, I think BC327s in a row there, and what's this, a HC4106 logic gate, a few more transistors. This one seems exploded on this particular board. Our first clue. Let's have a bit of a peek under the microscope. That does look to me like a transistor. That's sad. That is a very sad transistor on this particular box. It has a big crack in it and fluid has come out. So, gonna write that down on this one. Looking for a pen. So this one is tranny. I have not assumed its gender. Put that aside. Let's see if we have a similar issue on any of the other boards. So this one seems older. This one's labeled that it's got a new battery thing. Oh man, I'm gonna have to assemble my cheap little multi-tester so we can rip these transistors out and test them. So that one has not exploded, at least. Do we have one that's like similar to the other one? God, these are a bunch of different vintages. Many different board revisions. Many different board revisions. I haven't seen that transistor explode on any of the others. People are showing up in the chat. That's good, means things are working. I'm not seeing any more exploded transistors on any of these. Ian Phillips says, hey, weirdest thing yet. There's always room for more crazy stuff. This device is either going to be easy or a total pain in the ass. Not jealous of this one. At least it's clean, eh? Indeed, at least it's clean, no conductive glue. With this one we do have the bonus of a random note written in sloppy handwriting in German. I have no idea what any of that means. But yeah, let's just try and fire this box up and see what it's gonna do. That's where we have this camera sitting down here, so we can actually have a look. I should have everything necessary to actually run this. Robin Vandenheid says, I'm late, what's this coin thingy? This is a coin-operated storage box, or rather the coin-operated part of it. We don't have a box. You put coins in and it gives you a specific time you're allowed to store items in it. When the time is up, you can retrieve your items, and some of these boxes don't count down properly. They stop before they're done. And it's our job to figure out why they do that and to then make them stop doing that and to then make a bunch of money doing that. I think this is ready to go. Like, I know nothing about this. We have something weird going on there. Terminal block on the wire. Nothing seems to be completely still. We have a bunch of wires just terminating in some shrink wrap. I'm going to assume that's fine. We're probably going to need some money, so I'm going to just prepare that so that we're not left in the dark. House noises. Wallet noises. It said 50 cents, €1, €2, I think. $0.50, €1, €2. So let's just plug this thing in and see what it does. So it draws 2 watts. It says 150. There's supposedly like a thing you can do to make it count the money faster. I'm not sure what. This thing's gravity operated, so we probably want to do that. So let's do, where are these coins going to come out? Probably back there. 1, 50. So, no, it's occupied. Ooh, that's a fancy key. Someone's probably copied it. So, I'm not sure what this is supposed to do now. The display is not saying anything. It's doing things. There's supposed to be some visible countdown thing. If anyone has ever used one of these, let me know how to do it. Like I don't usually ever use these. There's another PCB in there as well. Pressing cancel, like Alphan's Gene says, normally it resets when you unlock it, if it's indeed unlocker thingy. Okay, so maybe that's our problem then, that we can just keep doing this forever. It's easy to swap the boards, so we can just do that. Why is my money stuck in there? How'd you come? Let's try another board, see if it behaves differently. Someone says maybe the button on the back needs to be pressed in. Good idea. Oh, that does something. Segment test. That seems to be a segment test. Okay, now it's locked again. Give me back my money. Socky Bugger showed up in the chat. Good evening, Socky Bugger. So, okay. Let's try feeding this some money again. What happens if we press the button on the back? It does things. There might be a bunch of buttons and stuff on this, I don't know. But it's got like a service lock here, which is just a mechanical lock. I don't have a key. It is in the locked position, so it should think it's installed if there's a sensor for that. It just has this thing and nothing really there. The button on the back is clearly for something. There's reset written like inside it. Maybe this is the reset key. Oh wait, no, it's counting up. Am I just making this thing incredibly expensive now? No. Someone says something about euros. Would you use euros here? The button on the back is a mystery. The customer said that there's a button to make it like count down faster. I'm guessing that's the button because I haven't seen any other buttons, just a bunch of dip switches. Like we have two buttons in total actually. We have the cancel button up there. This is the cancel button. And then we have a button around the back here. Alphonse Jean says, I thought you were using a Swedish crown. No, we're Finnish. We use euros. This is confusing. Well, that just didn't what? I just put in. I started with my 50 cents. It said €1. Then I put a euro in, and now it wants 101 out of me. Okay. So this euro is worth -1 cent. Now something's gone wrong. That's not right. My euro is worth -1 cent. And now it wants 10 cents. And I'm not allowed to take it out. Let's pay it. And now, okay, so that seemed like a normal cycle. Wait, what? So now I can just keep doing that forever? Let's reset this thing. Occupied. Now the bottom of the back does nothing. And it went bonk and it went in. This thing is mindfuck. Okay, now it's vacant. ready to accept more currency. So now it's happy. We've locked our stuff inside. We're taking the key, we're running around the ferry getting drunk. Now we've returned. We want our stuff. Now we're unlocked. I take my booze out. Close the door. It doesn't latch because there's nothing there. And now anyone can just come back and lock it without paying anything. Although that's kind of makes sense. I mean, why would you only be allowed to open it once? As long as we're, you know, within our time. Or is it not time limited? Would help to have ever used one of these. Like holding this, I'm not sure. What this is supposed to be doing. It's got the colon, so is it like time? This is just going up a lot. And it keeps going donk. I should really inquire about a manual for this. How high can this go? I don't know how to make it go back down. We probably have to go all the way around. Oh god, it's going to go to 9999. We are not going all the way around. Because this asking 6750 of me now. Well, oh yeah, it's asking 60 something euros. How the hell do we reset this? Cancel just gives us some money back. Let's restart this. Hope it did not save that. Oh god, it still wants 67.50. Whoops. This is a very, very expensive coin box. The money also never goes down into the like money thing. It's supposed to pop out the back here, but it never does. So yeah, this is not gonna do as much good. Yeah. Someone says, does it reset if you use the key? Let's try it. I'm not allowed to use the key. I think it might think that, like, I've had something in it for too long and now I owe it a shit ton of money. Are we actually going to have to go all the way around? Maybe it'll just accelerate a lot. And now it just went black. And it started drawing 60 watts. Something just went really wrong with this thing. Why would it draw 60 watts? That's terrifying. Is the power supply broken? Is it like trying... It's trying to operate the solenoid a lot. It's quite warm. We have a 5000 volts compatible transformer. Oh, that's good. Nothing but an AC transformer in this. Just a nice quality AC transformer. So power supply is not broken. Something just went horribly wrong in the box. Jeez, that's not good. This is the only test one I have. Did it put some solenoid on fire? Someone's asking what the box is for. It's for, like, storage boxes. You put money in, then you get access to a locked box to put things inside of. Someone says, you just created a very expensive heater. Nice. This thing is not that expensive. I don't think. It's just that they are everywhere and there's a lot of them in service, so being able to fix them, since all seem to get the same issues, would be very valuable. But what the hell just went wrong? Is it trying to... Maybe the zip tie is screwing with it. There's a zip tie holding, like, the coin flap open. I would think this is just mechanical. Why did something run warm? Is there some... There's like a solenoid. There's a solenoid with an electrolytic capacitor over it in here. That could be part of a problem, I guess. Many solenoids. But why what? Why is it still shorted out if we power it on again? Yes. Is it still shorted out with a key in that position? No. What? Someone says maybe a coin shorted something, but I have all the coins here on the bench. What on earth? Well, it's back to 150, so that's good. Elfen's Gene says the joke was a heater, a 60-watt heater requiring 60 euros to work. Why did it randomly short out? What shorted out? I'm completely lost. This thing makes very little sense. So apparently swapping main boards around helps remedy the issue, but we also have another board inside here. We have the electrolytic bypass over the big solenoid, which both could be causing issues. Is the wire shorted out? Why did this thing short out? That's scary. Now it's drawing a shit ton of power again. So now it seems to die when I lock it. It shorts out. When I turn the key to the left, it shorts out now. So maybe it just fried the solenoid by trying to use it too much, but we didn't keep going for that long. That would be a rather bad design if it kills itself like that. There is a micro switch there. So what would be shorting out? It didn't smell like burning solenoid, so I wouldn't expect it to have been destroyed at all. It's a rather massive. I'm a real suspicion of a board down here. This is like more of an issue with the mechanical box than the main board. I'm just completely confused. So this connector goes to one of the solenoids. And what's this one go to? What's this mystery wire go to? That goes to the coin acceptance solenoid. Right. They're not using the same connector, I don't think, so they can't be mixed up. Well, let's try without the solenoid, see if one of them has failed somehow. Could be that a transistor driving them has gone bad. Maybe it's just been kind of broken-ish for a while and this was the final straw. I have no clue. It's not shorted out now. 4960. and it constantly thinks it's occupied. Okay, let's reconnect one of them. So now it's not shorted out. It thinks it's occupied. And it seems to be dead. So let's hook up a final solenoid then. See if it's going to keep going on fire. If this keeps going on fire, we'll just try another mainboard. Trying 2 watts. It's normal. So let's feed it some money and turn the key again. It registered another extra cent there. So that's probably the original issue. That sometimes, instead of counting for €1 or 50 cents, it counts for 99 cents or 49 cents. And that just recognized nothing at all. Well, actually that 50 cent was worth negative 1 cent. Okay. That time it worked. Now it's drawing 12 watts. Now it's drawing 9 watts. So now some solenoid is active. It wants 10 more cents. Now it's drawing 17 watts. It's drawing 16 watts, so some solenoid has to be active. That's way too much power. 11 watts, so this mainboard does not seem to be quite in good order. It does not seem to be working completely fine. But the mechanism seems to be working though, so I don't think we've ruined the solenoid. I think the whole thing is just acting weird. I also have no idea what like this is all about. Let's try a different mainboard. This one has a new RAM. Come on. Out you come. Okay. I think there's one of these that says okay. Something okay. Something okay. Let's try it. just because someone has diagnosed that there's something wrong with main boards, that does not have to be the case. There could be, since we have more electronics in here, there could be something like a bad capacitor, crossfit choke, anything bad solder joint on this sub PCB, bad filtering in the coin mechanism causing the issue, and the main boards just happen to be unequally sensitive to that fault condition. So some will work and some won't until the rest of the box degrades to such a point that no main board will take it. This board actually has a broken capacitor that I see. Yeah, I don't want to pair that up. I do not want to power that up because the capacitor is screwed, but we can swap that out. That's a very obvious issue. Well, you can see how the leg has been pulled out of the cap. It's completely wrecked. So let's just replace both of the electrolytics on this. All three of them maybe. 220, 25, 150, 150. Let's fetch some parts. Now we're going to get fancy. I only have 1 microfarad film caps to replace the electrolytic, but that's fine. 220 mics, 50 volts. No wait, 220 microfarads, 25 volts. Should have plenty of those. And 100 microfarad, 50 volts. Should also have plenty of those. This thing is huge. The cow has warmed up. Someone asks, the in quotes OK board has a blown cap? Yes. But it's not blown, it's mechanically failed. Like someone's just gone bonk and it's gotten ripped. So it's not a failure that's occurred during use, it's a failure that's occurred during some kind of work. We could probably also measure these caps when we take them off, in case there's something like failing capacitors that is causing this. I have not seen them replace caps on any of these. Negative towards the RAM chip. Mm. 220, 25. Ah, that's the wrong pin spacing. Oh well. And 150, negative in the same direction. Negative in the same direction on all of these actually, which is nice. Alphonse Jean says he's watching, he's listening rather than watching because he's working late. The modern man has no time for rest. Yeah, that's not a happy cap. One leg longer than the other. 150. Super high voltages. For something that runs on 12 volts AC, I think. Could be 24. I should have checked and have a power supply part. Ah shit, this is annoying. One of those times you wish you had free hands. Oh shit, I've used stupid soldering iron. Cap 1 installed. Cap 2 installed. Oh, I just clicked some button. Whoops. I need to get a trackball mouse here. Not very expensive. Final cap, one mic over there, and that's going to get replaced by a filmy, so that's been replaced before actually. There's flux residue on the board. Good to know. Might have been an issue there. Where'd you come? That cap does not want to leave home. Oh, because I'm desoldering the wrong thing. Whoops. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Pop. God, this capacitor is such a waste. Big, fancy, audio grade film cap for replacing it. An ancient electrolytic. It's going to be good enough, that's for sure. And last forever, which is good. There we go. There's not something stupid stuck underneath this tape, is there? No, just tape. You can stay there. Okay, so now we've got new capacitors on this board. We dare test it. So this is the board that has OK and there's something written on it. Okay, actually, let's see how this board behaves. If it's also going to go on fire, if it's going to go more on fire, if it's going to go less on fire, place your bets. Oh yeah, we need the coin thingy cable as well. Alright, it has not gone donk before. Donk drawing 12 watts. Donk drawing 17 watts. Drawing 12 watts. 17 watts. That seems not fine. That seems not fine. Other dip switches have the same position as the other board. If they're like model differences, they are not the same. Let's try swapping those. Tick, tick. So now the dip switches are the same as on the other board. Is it still gonna donk? So this board just gives no display at all. It gives no display at all, and one of the solenoids is perpetually stuck. Alan Slater is asking, has he already left the smoke out tonight? I don't think there's been any smoke. These things are just behaving really strangely. And now this is stuck in, oh, there we go. So this board seems to do nothing, maybe? This might go donk. So this board just, like, as soon as it starts up, it opens the solenoid for the key, so you can just keep turning the key forever. Okay. I no longer trust the OK sticker on the back of this board. That seems rather not okay. Zyke Knock Dan Nalkin 13.60. Okie dokes. Let's just try another board then, since this one seems to be completely dead. Out you come. ROM okay. Let's hope everything else also is okay. I want one to like behave in a way that makes sense. Now let's has reservoir dips, which isn't that too, what it used to be. Sarkibugger says, perhaps that board is set up to provide free access. Maybe, could be a test board. So what's this one gonna do? The same thing as the other one. And it's turned on another solenoid, it's drawing 16 watts. Now it wants €5.10. Is that like a power on self-test that you have to check? This one was expensive though. Jeez, $5.10. Let's see. 3204. Did it just want €3,204? Okay, it's done the same thing twice now. Let's see how many times in a row it will do the same thing. $3,204, is that what it said? So, ruck. Okay. €5.10. Okay. Dash. No dashes. It's drawing power. It's still drawing power. It's drawing a shit ton of power. Turning the key makes it go from drawing 12 watts to drawing 17 watts, which seems like way too much. It never actually accepts the coins though. Like the coins don't go, there's a flappy thing that's gonna make them come around out the back, and they never do. Donk. It's occupied. One solenoid is really on. Like, I can feel that it's getting 50 Hz AC. That seemed like normal behavior. Like, it got a power outage while it was in use. We put the key back in, we turned the key, got her stuff out, and now it wants more money. And now it wants more dashes. And I just gave it €3. It started drawing a bunch of power. We're allowed to use it now. I don't think this is correct because it's drawing 16 watts while we're out getting drunk. It's storing our stuff with a key. Now we returned. It's vacant, but it still has the solenoid drawn, so we can still do that. Press cancel now, someone says. It locked us out. Wait, cancel. Cancel does nothing now. We're still allowed to use it. Cancel there made it draw 27 watts, which is like way too much. We have 3 boards, all of them behave differently. I'd like to just find a single board that makes sense. Something that can act as a bit of a reference. Mr. W says, the cancel button is the cancel button for the coin acceptor, not the machine itself. Well, it does not seem to be able to return coins. They never pop out the front. So that would speak for some issue with the coin acceptor, I suppose. It has a little sensor bit here. Let's try another main board. I just want one main board that's like within tolerances, so much that it's actually going to run. I think this is the one that came in it, or maybe not. Okay, this one has a big fat OK written on it. OK. Maybe this one's okay. Let's give it a go. It doesn't fit instead. It doesn't fit. The stupid LED thing is in the way. Let's get rid of the LED thing. Just need to like lift it up slightly and it should be okay. There we go. Yeah. So this one doesn't have a couple of the connectors, but we'll try without. It might just be for front panel LEDs. I'll see what it does. Click. Drawing 13 watts, 24 watts. It seems not happy. I'm not allowed to do anything, and it's using a bunch of power. it's not getting hot on the main board. It just seems to be running a bunch of solenoids. So someone says something about the cancel button. It does have an internal switch. You can hear a click there. Jeez, but what? Let's just take the next board. This one at least has all the right connectors. Okay, take, I don't even know. Let's see. This one's also drawing a bunch of power. And let's try it again in that setting. Now it's drawing 2 watts, 150. And we're not allowed to lock it. Okay. This makes sense thus far. Let's restart it, see if it's going to keep making sense. Alphonse Jean says, the funny thing would be that there's something wrong with the mechanical parts that fry the boards. That might be the case, we don't know. But if there was, we'd see like the same issue with several boards. Every single board we've tried thus far has had different issues. But this one seems sane thus far. Let's see what it does. It accepted my 50 cents. Is it going to accept my €1? It did not accept my €1. So this euro is worth -1 cent. Where it accepted it. Now it's drawing 20 watts again. And it wants 10 cents. Now it's happy with me. I don't think it's supposed to be drawing 27 watts when it's locked. And we can keep doing this forever. There's something funny going on here as well. This board seems to start up the same every time though. Except it stopped starting off the same. Pressing cancel will lock, prevent the key. Oh, why? It just... This is just mysterious. Now this makes sense again. So that was -1 cent. €2 was fine. And it draws almost 30 watts when we lock it, and the solenoid for the preventing the key rotating is open, which I guess makes sense. It feels as if 30 watts is way too much power. That just feels wrong. But the board at least seems to be starting the same every time, which is good. For the most part. So now it's not starting the same anymore. Let's try another board. I wonder if I can get my hands on a manual for this. That would be very, very helpful. Just to be able to make sense out of what it's supposed to be doing. Mr. W says, it seems reversed to me. Doesn't it strike you as odd that you can turn the key and remove the key without paying? Yeah, well, you couldn't do that the first time we started the previous board up. It would not accept movement of a key until we put money in. When I put a bunch of money in, then it would accept movement of the key forever. So let's see what this board does. Prog. Okay. Prog. Let's set the dip switches as like anything. I'll copy them from this board. Hey, that helped. So this now makes sense. We cannot get the key out. We haven't paid anything. Thus far, it makes sense. And it accepted our 50 cents. It accepted our euro. So it's drawing 16 watts now, and it's allowing us to use the box. I'm not sure what this really does. I think it might be like a timer. Pressing cancel made it draw a shit ton of power. Turning the key made it draw less power. But now we're still allowed to turn the key again. And now after like doing that a bunch of times, we're no longer allowed to use it. Did that have anything to do with pressing the button? It's so weird that it's drawing 30 watts while it's occupied. That just seems wrong. But if the solenoids use that much power, geez, then we don't have any power rating on the power supply. Someone says maybe it has a coin drop sensor. It doesn't seem to. Everything past the coin thing is very mechanical. There just needs to be a couple of solenoids. So now we've taken our stuff out, but we're still ready to put it in again. I wanted to go back to just wanting money out of me. Okay, so after I ran that thing for a while, it wouldn't let me use it anymore, so I think... Okay, I think this board might be okay. I think this board might be okay. So we'll put our -1 cent in it. So now we've paid enough. We take the key out. Now it's using a shit ton of power, but whatever. So let's run this to like past 2, like that. Now we're returned after some time, and we're still allowed to use it. So Some more time passes. And we're still allowed to use it. And now that thing did something weird. And now we're locked out. Let's restart it. Someone says, could the spade connectors be backwards? I think the connectors are just for the front panel LEDs. Yeah, that one's for the green LED. That one's also for the green LED. Might be ground. Yeah, that's ground through one. So the connectors on the board are just for the LEDs. I would wager. Yeah, we'll run up there. But I think this one makes sense. Can we just like overload it with a €2 coin? Ah, yeah. Overpaying. So we're taking the coin. The key is drawing 25 watts, which still seems way too much. We run this to 3. Like so. And now we are no longer allowed to use it. Let's do the same thing again. We are accepted. Take the key. Run it to 3. And now we're locked out. It's doing the same thing more than once. It's doing the same thing more than once. I'm still not really cool with this thing using 30 watts while it's occupied. That just seems way too much. Also, it never accepts the coin. The coin does not drop into the final coin storage like it's supposed to do that at some point. Maybe it takes... I don't think it has any kind of weight sensor. No, it's just... It has 2 solenoids that are capable of moving the coins about, so if we press cancel, I will expect my coin to be shooting over the front. Oh, that my €2 was worth nothing. Cancel. Cancel. Cancel me. Well, it wants more money, but it didn't give anything back. Someone says test for solenoids. Yes, we should do that at some point. This is by far the most logical board thus far, though. Thus far. Thus far. I'll just make like a mark. It's the best yet. Let's just see if it will behave. Please behave. No, my 50 cents is worth more than -1 cent. Ah, this is frustrating. There we go. So, click. Now it wants 10 cents because we paid 50 and it wanted more than that. Okay, are we allowed to? Okay, so now, like, we've locked it while owing it money, so it won't let us unlock it. Fair enough. We've got endless money. So now we've paid our dues. We're allowed to take our stuff, and it automatically locked. That's how I would expect it to work. Journey Jacob says, the first one worked like this too, you just never went up to 3 hours. Okay. Thank you. I thought the first one was the one we like started programming until it asked like crazy amount of money. Maybe we did that afterwards. But yeah, I'm confused now. I think we're going to cut it short here. I want to enjoy myself a bit tonight as well. All work and no play makes FF a sad dog. So I'm going to have to thank you guys for watching and helping out, aiding in the confusion. Let's have a dig through the chat before we finish up. Journey Jacob says a manual would be very useful. Yes, it would. I think I might be able to get my hands on one actually. Alphonse Jean says, pay, take the key, come back, put the key, unlock, key now stuck in open position. Yeah, that's how I would expect it to work. Someone says, hopefully he'll show a model number of some kind. Yeah, I can do that. This is all I have for the time being. Schleitzen. System KWM. Carl W. Mueller. Amhafen 32 D31213812 Braunschweig. Hey, we've got a fax number. Oh, and actually a email and a website as well. Gonna have to check that out. Right, yeah, that's pretty much caught up with the chat. Nothing much going on there. So, well, I'm gonna sign off. You guys have a good night, and I'm gonna cut this short before this goes out on the air anyway, I think.